Coach Christian McCall and Irish Ice. Can you just talk about your philosophy, being zone blocking and blocking?
To me, it really comes down to blocking is blocking. It still comes down to fundamentals. There's a big thing as far as zone blocking, man blocking. I mean, it really comes down to the fundamentals of playing the position, and it comes down to excelling at the fundamentals of the game. I'm comfortable in both schemes. I've taught both schemes. I think when people use the term zone blocking, it's almost like using the term West Coast offense. There's a lot of wiggle room in there, and you know, in zone blocking specifically. But you know, the thing that we're going to try to be is try to be the most fundamentally sound. There's two things that that I want to focus on. Actually, there's three things I want to focus on with this group. One would be effort, as far as we're never going to be outplayed by somebody, out-efforted by somebody over the course of 4 quarters. The thing is be technically sound, not beat ourselves in that regard, and then be a smart offensive line awareness. Just being aware of the individual defender, the scheme of the defense that we're playing against, those types of things as it comes into play during the game.
I know you haven't been here that long, but when you were watching tape, were there certain things that stuck out to you that were maybe the issues the past couple of years? Why they weren't walking very well and why it was maybe things again?
I can't address going back further than this year. When I came in to interview, I looked at the game tape from the past season, and in my opinion, the issues were all correctable, and that's what excited me about the opportunity after visiting with Coach Weis. It's hard to put it on one thing, and it's very hard for me to sit in here and critique a colleague's previous work, because as most of you know, the offensive line coaches, whether it's college or professionally, we're kind of a network. We all know each other. We kind of know what we each individually specialize in. So that's something I definitely don't do. I certainly respect the job that John Latina did here, and I consider myself a friend of John's. That being said, there's some things here that I think are correctable, and it's my responsibility to get in here and do that.
In the limited time you have had with the guys that are coming back on the line, what have you been able to learn about them, and kind of how you've been able to gauge some of their work ethics and habits that way?
Well, I would tell you this, I'm an optimist by nature, and so I'm going to tend to accentuate the positive as a first impression. I've seen nothing that would make me think otherwise to this point. I do have to go by what I see on tape. That is their resume as well. Some of the things there, you know, the deficiencies would be things that I believe I can correct in working with them. I do know this, that they're all very eager and want to do well.